Shalom, family. Shalom. Welcome to Heirs of Israel. Happy Sabbath to the 12 tribes scattered. I pray your day has been full of rest, study, and meditation on the true word of God. If you ever had questions about who you are, what's required of you, or how to endure in this walk, look no further. We are here, the saints of integrity, to restore the decayed state of Israel, giving you the truth unfeigned and unadulterated. So grab your Bible, pen and paper, dictionary and concordance, and sit down and prepare to learn. The Bible says, if you lack wisdom, ask, and it shall be given unto you liberally. So be sure to ask questions at the end of each class session, and we will sincerely attempt to answer them. Where two or more are gathered, there is Christ in the midst. So let's prepare ourselves to receive the word of God in the presence of our Lord, Savior, Redeemer, Jesus the Christ. All honor and praise be to the Most High and His Son Christ. Stay tuned. We'll begin shortly. Shalom, family. Shalom. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Pray everybody's doing all right. Shalom. Shalom. Peace and blessings. Happy Sabbath, y'all. How everybody doing? Everybody good?
Shalom, bro. Yeah, you're doing good.
Good. Shalom.
Okay, all praises. Hey, today's class, y'all gonna have to bear with me. Y'all gonna have to bear with me with today's class, man. We going through this topic with a fine-tooth comb. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. I got a lot of articles. I got a lot of stuff we gonna go through, so y'all can know for surety what the Bible is talking about, what it's speaking about, without any issue. Because that's what I see a lot, man. It's a lot of questions, a lot of times we have about different scriptures and stuff like that. We really don't go in depth. So not we, but a lot of the teachers of Israel don't go in depth. So that's what we're gonna do that thing today, though. We're gonna do it today. Title of today's class is The Earth Abideth Forever. The Earth Abideth Forever. Okay. It's the reason why this class is titled that way. But we're gonna go in and send up prayers.
All right, Israel. Blow trumpets. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evils. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, even forever. Amen. O Father, I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the works of thy hand. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. Thy spirit is good. Lead me into the land of uprightness. Quicken me, O Lord, for thy name's sake, for thy righteousness' sake. Bring my soul out of trouble, and of thy mercy cut off mine enemies, and destroy all them that afflict my soul, for I am thy servant. Oh, Father, I humbly pray that you bless the teacher and the reader so that they bring out your word to the edifying of the people today. Through and in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we pray and humbly thank thee, Father, and ask of thee. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the prayer. Thank you. All praise to the Most High. Again, shalom, family. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath, man. Let me get my drink ready. Happy Sabbath. Title of today's class: The Earth Abideth Forever. The earth abideth forever. You know what's important about that? Understanding that the earth abides forever. All the destruction that's being done upon this earth today don't mean nothing. People hollering about global warming. They hollering about how the earth is being destroyed, this, that, and the third. It is. I agree, 100%. But the earth abideth forever. We got to remember that. It was here before us. It's going to be here after us. Okay? Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1. I want to start there. 1 and verse 4.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 4. One generation passes away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Y'all see that? The Bible says the earth abideth forever. One generation comes, one generation goes, but the earth abideth forever. What's important about that? What's important about the earth abiding forever? Well, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna read about that. Okay. The nations, they put did a concerted effort to try to destroy this earth on numerous occasions. They understand how destroyed the earth has become. They trying to search out to go to a new planet to destroy. Y'all know that?
Yeah. Yep.
They trying to find new planets to destroy. It's crazy. Okay. They want to destroy all of God's creation, but they're not going to be able to. Let's start at Genesis 1. Genesis 1. We ain't gonna read all Genesis. I just want to make some key points out here. Genesis 1, verse 1.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
So in the beginning, the heavens and the earth were created. In the beginning, the heavens and the earth were created. Everything that was created therein, all those things was made by the hands of God. And the Lord made the earth and everything that he created to work together harmoniously, like we must. Everything works together. Believe it or not, the sun works with the moon, the stars, all this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
The waves, they work with the sands, the sea creatures work with the ocean, which in turn works with us upon earth. The trees provide the oxygen that we need to sustain and to have clear air and things of that nature. Everything works together harmoniously, man. Works together without a hitch until we intervene. And when I say we, I'm talking about these nations. They've done that. Look, they can't get at the Most High, so they got to get at his creations. They got to get at his creations. Okay? And as the chosen of his creation, we got to make that thing known. And we got to have some clarity and understanding. Okay? Jump to verse 26.
It's the book of First Genesis. Genesis 1, verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
Stop. So man was created in the image of God and in the likeness of God, right? Then it says, what's that next part?
And let them have dominion.
And let them have dominion. What does that mean? Dominion. Nechemiah, what's that mean?
Rulership.
They govern, they control, they officiate, they take care of. So let man have dominion over what? Come on.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Do we have dominion? Do we have power over these things today? No. We don't even control what we eat. They can package it and say that it's a fowl or a fish of the sea. Do we really know? Hey, that's some scary stuff, man. We don't have that. We don't have that power anymore. That power is gone. That power is gone. Okay. Read on.
Verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it.
Stop. God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth and subdue it. What does it mean to subdue the earth? The fish, the sea, all those things that's in. What does it mean to subdue?
Bring it under your power.
Bring it under your power. Again, that's akin to having dominion over it. Okay. You're enslaving that thing. You're subjugating it. You're overcoming it. You're conquering it. You're supposed to conquer this earth. Okay. Bring it under our control. To keep it in line. I like that. Bottom line, the Lord is telling us to do what? Take care of his creations. We were commanded to take care of the creations of the Lord, but we didn't. So we lost all power over the creations of the Lord. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
I'm saying we lost all power over everything, and it's scary. But when we regain that power, man, that thing is we're gonna learn some things that we never thought we could fathom, man.
You see glimpses of it sometimes. I know a dude, he trains these canines, man. I mean, he can walk those two dogs by himself without a leash, and they obey every command. He's a brother.
I think I seen that. Was it that brother that he left his dogs outside? Somebody tried to take him?
No, this is where I stay. I don't know.
Oh, I seen on Facebook, man. They tried to take that man dogs. They stood on guard. Them dogs is on point. I think it might have been in Texas. I think it might have been. Okay. What the nations, I'm telling you, instinctually, what the nations are trying to do, they're trying to destroy the creation of the Lord. They're trying to destroy. They didn't, we've already been destroyed through the curses. We already understand that. But now they're trying to destroy the earth that God said is going to abide forever. They said, hell no, we're going to destroy that thing. We're going to destroy that. How? One way that they're destroying it is through the food industry. Through the food industry. Okay. So, and it's destroying us twofold. The way things are being hunted to extinction and things of that nature, all those things. Removing the things that the ocean needs to cleanse it so that, it could provide. And I'm going to show you how those things tie in. The things in the sea tie into the things on earth. Everything works harmoniously, how the Lord set that thing up, man. But when we go in and start messing up the ecosystems or habitats within the things that the Lord established, it sets everything out of whack. Okay? It sets everything out of whack. The nations are trying to destroy us through destroying the earth because they can't get to God, and destroying his people because they can't get to God. Okay. And they're trying to reach the heights of heavens. They're trying to go to the deep recesses of the ocean. I was talking to the brother, one of the brothers, and he was saying, there's some creatures that they ain't even never seen before. They going down there on submarines. They're like, oh man, I never seen that. Yeah. I never seen that thing before. What is that? This is a new species. No, it ain't. It's new to you. It ain't new.
Yeah. Okay.
But we got to keep this in mind. Give me Jeremiah 31. I love reading this, man. Jeremiah 31 and 33. That thing just did something to my spirit. Does something to my spirit, man.
Look at Jeremiah. Chapter 31.
Start at 31.
And verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
So the Lord is making a new covenant with us, not according to the old covenant, according to the new covenant. Come on.
Which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord.
So the Lord was a husband unto them, and we broke the covenant that the Lord made with us out of Egypt. So he said, I got to make a new covenant with them. Part of the covenant entails something that's very, very beautiful, very, very masterful. Read verse 35.
Verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
So the Lord of hosts, it says, he giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. So he created the stars, the moon, the sun, all these things that we see that we are enamored with. All these things, the Lord created that. Read.
Verse 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
Y'all see that? If those ordinances depart, if the sun, the moon, and the stars, if those things disappear, God said, then will I cut Israel off for being my people. Then and only then. Read on.
Verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured.
If heaven can be measured, if they can measure, if they can calculate the miles and things of that nature, if they can calculate the heavens, the heights of the heavens, if that thing can be measured, come on.
And the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord.
Can the heavens be measured, y'all?
No.
Can the foundations of the earth be searched out beneath? You know how they say if you dig down, you get to China. Y'all ever heard that? Yeah. You ever heard that before? Or they talk about a core, this miracle core that's in the middle, the center of the earth. Y'all heard about that?
Yeah.
Real hot down there. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Okay. God says, they can't get to the depths of the You know what I'm saying? Of the earth, the deep recesses of the earth. There's places on this earth that they can't go. I said it many times in classes before. It's places in the earth and on the sea that they haven't even traversed yet. It's unexplored. Okay. I think they explore like 25% of the earth. And how much of the sea? I think like 5% or something like that. I think the numbers were last I checked. Okay. That's why when me and the brother was having a conversation, he was like, man, they say they found all these new creatures. Yeah, they new to them. They ain't new to the Lord. Okay. But if any of these ordinances depart, any of the things that the Lord created from the beginnings depart, then will he cut us off from being his people. But what did we just read? You mean that in Ecclesiastes 1 and 4 again?
It's a book of Ecclesiastes.
Because what happened if the sun disappear?
We'll freeze.
We'll
freeze.
We'll cease to exist.
Yeah.
All mankind be dead.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, one more again.
So, book of Ecclesiastes at the 1 and verse 4. One generation passes away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
The earth is going to be here. The earth abideth forever. And all the creation of the earth is going to be here. Okay? God created the heavens and the earth. They're here. They're here to stay. The only thing that can take those things away is what? The creator. The only thing that can remove those things is the creator. Okay? Anybody else try to do it, access denied. Okay? But again, that's the mindset of the nations, to defy God. Trying to destroy us, that's an act of defiance. Destroying the earth, another act of defiance. Everything that the nations do is contrary to what God said or what God commanded. Everything. Okay? That's why when you read in 2 Thessalonians, it talks about who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God. Everything that God created, they want to take ownership of it or they want to destroy it. They're trying to destroy the earth. They've taken ownership of you. Y'all notice that?
Yeah.
We are owned. Okay? We are owned. They own us. All right? They're in direct control. They have dominion over us. They have dominion over us. They subdued the children of Israel. Okay? And again, they couldn't get at the Lord, so they got at his creation. They destroyed, they're gonna try to get to the moon to destroy that thing. They not already planted stake. They put a flag in that thing. They trying to get to Mars and all these other planets. Oh, there's life form on there. We might can live. Listen, what are they doing to this earth? Deforestation, mining, metallurgy. They drilling for oil, creating all kinds of earthquakes and disrupting everything that's in the earth. They're hunting and trapping animals to the point of extinction. Okay. They at one point in time they took all the wolves out of a natural farm, park habitat.
Yeah,
I think Yellowstone, something like that. When they put them back in there, man, everything got restored itself. It's like the ecosystem restored itself. That thing is crazy.
Yeah, heard about that.
It's crazy. Okay, I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all a timeline. I want to present something to y'all. Give me a second. Let me share my screen. With the advent of technologies and things of that nature, the earth is getting more and more destroyed as we live, as we go on. This is the history of technology, the technology timeline. I had to look that thing up, man. These dates and time, these dates is not accurate dates. They say 3.3 million years ago. The first tool, that's what they say. But look, as years go on, fire, right? Neolithic revolution. That's when humans move from foraging food by getting their food by foraging to getting it through agriculture. So instead of actually planting and things of that, mass production of plants and crops and stuff were created and sold through agriculture. Okay. Irrigation. according to the scripts, we had the first irrigation systems, sailing, iron, gunpowder, windmill, the compass, mechanical clock, printing. Y'all see that? The Gutenberg press, steam engines, railways. You know, where railways is coal and things of that nature. You know, all these things being thrust out into the atmosphere, into the heavens that the Lord created. Steamboats, photography, reaper. That reaper right there, it says the earliest reaper had some mechanical problems, but later versions spread throughout the world. It was used to harvest crops that was very labor intensive. So they created a reaper. So a reaper was introduced to harvest the crop. So again, it's removing you having the responsibility to, you know, it removed this. Give me Genesis 3 real quick. Genesis 3 in verse 19.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 19.
So they're trying to skirt around this right here. Like, pay attention. 3 verse 19. Come on.
In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art, and into dust thou shalt return.
Jump up to verse 17.
Verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake.
Cursed is the ground for thy sake. Come on.
And sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
So we got to eat of the ground all the days of our life in sorrow, because we got to bring that thing forth. If no crops come up, we die. That's how it used to be. Okay. But that's why I'm showing you the history of the technology timeline, because through the advent of like things like the reaper, guess what? It's making it easier. It's making it easier on us to bring forth these crops, harvest these crops. Now it's so easy. All you got to do is go to the grocery store. Okay. You ain't got to plant. You ain't got to plant nothing. Now, all your mindset and your work is on building a society. You ain't got to worry about planting crops. Come on.
Verse 18. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field.
So you should eat the herb of the field. That's a curse. We got to plant these things. Remember before, the class I did before, we ain't have to plant nothing. The Lord took care of all that. Now, people trying to get crafty. They coming up with reapers to harvest crops that were very labor intensive. Y'all see that? We have the telegraph, the telephone, the internal combustion engine. Okay. Use the burning of fuel inside the engine to move the pistons. So instead of steam, okay, steam from water, heating the water up, they use fuel. Where do they get the fuel from? The digging. Okay, the drilling of oil and things of that nature. Okay, that's 1876. Y'all see how it's getting worse? More air pollution, light pollution, water pollution, all pollution upon this earth. Okay, the electric light. I was reading that the light pollution alone, okay, the sea turtles, is killing them off in an alarming rate, because at night, they thrive at night, and they know to move to the water when they see the moon's reflection from the sun, from the water. Mm-hmm. So the moon reflects off the water. They know where to go. Now they have no idea. They're everywhere. They all over the place. Okay. Those nocturnal creatures, they're having trouble. Okay. Creatures that would normally move around and eat and forage in the dark now is lit up everywhere. They have nowhere to hide. Everything is out of whack, man. So the electric light, they're trying to tell you now, get long, cover the lights, get light covers and things. They're telling you things to try to help them out, but we're doing nothing but harming the earth that the Lord created. The automobile, one of the biggest smog creators ever. Okay. Radio waves and all that stuff. The airplane. Okay. What's those the things that come from the airplane, the smoke trails, chemtrails, yeah. All them chemtrails and all that, all the smoke, you can smell it when you're getting on a plane. It's crazy. Putting all that in the air. Okay, rocketry, television, computers, nuclear power. That nuclear power is something else. Okay, don't let a nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
Y'all know what Chernobyl. Y'all heard of Chernobyl, right?
Can't even inhabit that area no more.
Nah, they got people going in there with tools and stuff. They gotta have like a radioactive meter, because if they go too far, they'll get radiation poison.
Yeah.
Okay. Transistors, space flight. Y'all see that? They trying to, the Sputnik in the satellite system, they're trying to go into the depths of the earth. I mean, the depths of the heavens. So the Lord will cut you off from being a people. PC, 1974, the internet, the CRISPR. Y'all know what the CRISPR is?
No. What is the CRISPR?
2012, CRISPR. American biochemist Jennifer Donda and French microbiologist Emmanuel Carpentier developed CRISPR-Cas9, a method for editing genes. That is, making changes to DNA sequences. Gene editing has the potential to treat many diseases, but also opens up the ethical gray area of creating designer humans. Trying to show themselves as they God. They oppose everything that's God and exalt themselves above everything that's God. 2017, AI, artificial intelligence. We looking at it like it's a grand old thing. Yeah? Okay. Till them computers start taking over. Bro said they spraying that junk tough over here in Washington State, killing us. They love when it's a beautiful day. They mark the skies up, them chemtrails. Stuff that's how they know how many gonna die. They plan this stuff. That's why we gotta stay in the spirit of the Most High to be protected. Yeah, we can't be ignorant of these things. But all these things, what's the true goal of deforestation? What's the true goal? If y'all ever heard of a kamikaze pilot?
Yeah.
A kamikaze pilot would do what?
Kill
a kamikaze, he'll if he can't kill you solely, he'll kill himself trying to kill you, right?
Yeah.
Deforestation. That's cutting down the trees. The trees that we need for oxygen. Right? They're cutting them down. We all need to breathe, right?
Yeah.
That's the same kamikaze mindset right there. They're gonna kill everybody, even themselves. They want us so bad. They want to kill us so bad. They want to get back at the Lord so bad to destroy everything he created. They're gonna try to destroy it at the expense of their own lives. At the expense of their own lives. It's scary. That thing's crazy. Okay. By way of food, give me Ezekiel 4. Ezekiel chapter 4.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 4.
I want you to start at verse 9.
In verse 9. Take thou also unto the wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and fitches, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof.
So 390 days. Prepare this food 390 days for the time that you should eat thereof. Right? All these things that he named were clean. They were clean foods, right?
Yeah.
These were clean foods. Nothing wrong with millet, barley, beans, lentils, wheat. Nothing wrong with that, right? All clean stuff. Read.
Verse 10. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. Time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of an hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight.
Damn. So you should eat these clean things as barley cakes. So you're gonna make you barley cakes with water, bread and water. Make you these barley cakes with water, right? But when you make it, you got to make it with man's dung. Yeah, they do sell Ezekiel bread. They do sell Ezekiel bread in the stores. They absolutely do. Okay, but they don't sell verse 10 bread in the stores with man's dung. They don't sell that thing though. Okay, so our clean foods, even the clean foods, are going to be defiled somehow, some way. Come on.
Verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14. Then said I, Lord God, behold, my soul hath not been polluted. For from my youth up, even till now, have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself.
So we can't eat of things that dieth of itself. That's according to the law of God. Okay. Nothing that dieth of itself. Why? Because the things that dieth of itself, like say for instance, I got a question. Say for instance, a cow dies. What's the normal course of action for that cow to be removed from off this earth? We don't bury him. We're not supposed to bury him. We're supposed to bury man. So a cow dies upon this earth. How does it get, according to God's ecosystem that he created, how does it supposed to leave this earth?
Vultures come and eat it. Scavengers, worms, break it down, decomposes.
So the Lord created things to break down. And I'm glad you said that. The Lord created things outside of decomposition, because decomposition happens, yes. But even in a decomposed state, is some animals that will still come and eat, okay? Eat of those things that were decomposed. Okay? It would eat of those things that are decomposed. That's why, according to our dietary law, the Lord said we can't eat certain animals. And I want y'all to see, because we're going to go through that right now. We're going to go through this right now. Okay? We're going to go through the dietary law, because there's some things in the dietary law I want y'all to see a commonality amongst all the things that the Lord said to eat and what he said don't eat. And I'm going to show you what they eat. Okay? We're going to do an extensive research today. Okay, finish that verse and then we're gonna jump to the dietary law.
Or is torn in pieces, neither came their abominable flesh into my mouth.
So this brother said, I never ate anything unclean, nothing abominable. Eating man's dung is abominable. It's abominable. Okay, eating cow's dung is not abominable because it's of the cow. That's crazy. So he had to eat cow doo-doo patties, not man.
Ezekiel bread do be pretty dark in the stores.
Yeah, it'd be pretty dark, man. Got all them nuts and pieces of bean and millet and all kinds of wheat and all that stuff in there. And if you leave it out, that's why it's in the freezer. You can't leave it out. You can't leave it out because they don't have the preservatives like the other breads. So if you leave it out, it go bad really, really quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the importance of the dietary law. I want to start in Deuteronomy chapter 14. I want to start there. I know we normally start in Leviticus 11. I want to start in Deuteronomy, but I want to show y'all something, man. We're gonna do a in-depth discussion on the dietary law and how important it is, because contrary to popular belief, what you eat, what you consume, what is taken up out of the ocean, that affects the whole earth. Do y'all agree with that? Before we go any further, do y'all agree? All right, brother Netchmeister, they agree. Brothers and sisters online, y'all agree with that? Do y'all agree with that? Yes. Okay, for the most part, I guess the people agree. I only see 2 yeses. They think about it. Y'all think about it. And they think about it with a piece of crab leg and they like, yes. Damn, I gotta throw it away. Gotta throw it away. Oh, damn. Deuteronomy 14. Start at verse 2.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So we're holy unto God. We got to keep that in mind. We're separate. The Lord separated us. So the things that other nations can do, we don't do. The things that other nations can eat, we don't eat, y'all. We don't eat. Okay? Come on.
And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
He chose you to be a different people, peculiar, strange. You're going to look strange to the nations because you ain't doing the same things that they doing. Okay? Come on.
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
The Bible said above all nations that are upon the earth. You're above them. You know, the worst thing that we could do is abase ourselves to the nations, bring ourselves down to their level, especially knowing who you are. That's one of the worst things you can do. Bring yourself down to their level. You're above them. Read.
Verse 3. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing.
Y'all hear that commandment? Do y'all hear that commandment? Read that one more time.
Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing.
You know that the Christian church try to teach you that you can eat abomination. Where does it say thou shalt eat abominable things?
Don't.
Where's that written? Somebody help me out. Before I even go further, where is that written? Thou shalt eat abominable things. Don't go to Acts 10. That's already been debunked. Show me where it says thou shalt eat abominable things, because this is clear. Read that one more time. Because the Lord, I'm telling you, the Lord is clear in his instructions because he don't want you to get it wrong. He doesn't want you to die. The Lord is always clear in his instructions. Read that one more time.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 3. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing.
You should not eat any abominable thing. You shall not eat any abominable thing, man. Come on.
Verse 4. These are the beasts which ye shall eat.
These are the beasts that you should eat. But remember, we read earlier in Ezekiel, the brother said, man, I never ate anything that dieth of itself, anything with strangled blood, none of that. He said, I never did any of that. Jump over to verse 21 real quick.
Verse 21. You shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself.
You see that? We're commanded not to eat up anything that dieth of itself. Why? Because the Lord made natural things to come and dispose of that. Not you. You ain't supposed to eat that. You ain't supposed to eat it.
Dang, so you done debase yourself to to a scavenger if you do that?
Yeah, you bring yourself down to be a scavenger.
Dang.
You're not supposed to eat anything that dieth of itself. Watch this. But if something do die, say you got animals on your land, and something does die of itself. You didn't kill it. It died of itself. Most times when it dies of itself, it's sick. Okay? But guess what? If it dies of itself, you ain't got to worry about losing out on your monies or anything. You got to worry about anything. Because watch, look what we can do. Read.
You shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it unto an alien.
So you could give it to a stranger that's not of your people. Okay, it ain't talking about the stranger, somebody that's sojourning, one of your brother or sisters of your lineage that's sojourning in your land. Nah, not that type of stranger. Nah, this talking about people that's not of your own people. People that don't have to worry about verse 3. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. The children of Israel, we can't eat anything that's abominable. So you know what stranger is talking about. It's talking about of the other nations. You shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it. So you can give him the dead thing. You can give it to their family. They can eat that. We can't bring ourselves down to the level of being scavengers. You make yourself abominable. And when you look at all social media, you look all over the planet. If you look today on plates today on the Lord's Sabbath, they cooking abomination on the Lord's Sabbath.
Yeah.
They're scavenging right now. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk.
What that mean? What does that mean?
You can't. It's a certain age that you can eat certain. Say for a lamb per se, it has to be over a year old, something like that. I think a year. If it's drinking his mom's milk, you can't cook it. You can't eat it.
So it has to be weaned without blemish. So can you eat veal?
No.
Why?
Because it's still in his mother's milk. It's not of age.
Right. Now jump back to verse 4.
It's Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 4. These are the beasts which ye shall eat. The ox.
The what?
The ox.
The ox. Now let's deal with the ox. You can eat the ox now. You can eat the ox. It said, these are the beasts which ye shall eat. The ox. Let me share my screen. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Make it a little bit bigger. The ox, a domesticated form of the large horned mammals that once moved in herds across North America and Europe, Asia, and Africa, where some still exist in a wild state. South America and Australia have no wild oxen, so they don't have wild oxen. Related, the related topics, the related animals is cow. Okay. Shorthorn. It's a breed of cattle. Okay. These are cows, what we call cows. Okay. This is what the Lord considers oxen. Y'all see that? Milking or dairy shorthorn, raised for milk and beef production. So beef, we can eat beef. Okay. We can eat beef. Everybody clear on that?
Yep.
We can eat beef. Come on.
The ox, the sheep.
The sheep. Y'all know what the sheep is, right? Everybody know what a sheep is?
Yeah.
What's a lamb? We all know what sheep is. What's a lamb?
A lamb is a younger sheep.
Yeah, it's sheep. It's sheep. Where's my page at? Sheep, species of domesticated ruminant, so cud chewing mammal. So it chews the cud. It chews the cud. Raised for its meat, milk, and wool. The sheep is usually stockier than its relative to goat. So a sheep is a relative of the goat. Its horns, and keep that in mind, its horns, when present, are more divergent. It has scent glands in its face and its hind feet. Sheep usually have short tails. Mature sheep weigh from about 35 to as much as 180 kilograms, so 80 to 400 pounds. Male sheep are called rams. The female ewes and immature animals, lambs. Y'all see that? The immature ones are called lambs. Okay. Sheep were first domesticated from wild species of sheep in 500 BCE. Their remains have been found at numerous sites of early human habitation in the Middle East, Europe, and Central Asia, everywhere we've been. Domesticated sheep are raised for the fleece, for milk, and for meat. The flesh of a mature sheep is called mutton. Y'all ever heard of mutton?
No, I haven't.
So it's called mutton. So sheep, when it gets of age, it gets a little gamier. I don't know if y'all had sheep before. We had a farm. It was called Big H Farms. I used to take the brothers to, and they had sheep and then they had lamb. You can tell the difference. Of course, the lamb wasn't as mature as the sheep. The sheep are older. The meat is more gamier. They say it has more flavor. It's almost, when it gets to the point of being a sheep and you eating the mutton, it's like you eating goat. Okay. Remember, they're cousins. The sheep and the goat, they're cousins. So you have many different types, different species: Blackface, Columbia, Corriedale, Cotswold, Dorset, Hampshire, Lincoln, Leicester, Merino, North Country. Okay, you got many different variants of sheep. Okay, many different variants of sheep. Come on.
The sheep and the goat.
Y'all know what a goat is, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know what a goat is?
Yeah.
What's the goat? What's the goat, brother?
A goat is a goat. It's the cousin of the sheep.
Okay, a goat is a goat, cousin of the sheep. I'm gonna share my screen. We going through this thing, man. Y'all gonna have to bear with me now. Bear with me. So this is what a goat. Now I want y'all to pay close attention. Y'all see the horns? A lot of these shofars. Where you think the shofars come from?
Yeah.
Where y'all think they come from? Goat. Any ruminant and hollow horn mammal belonging to the genus Capra, related to the sheep. It's related to the sheep. The goat is lighter of build, has horns that arch backward, a short tail, and straightened hair. Male goats, called bucks or billy, that's why they call them billy goats.
Billy goat. Usually
have a beard. So you can tell the male from the female because they have a beard. The billy goats has a beard. Okay. Females are called does or nannies, and immature goats are called kids. Wild goats include ibex and markhor. So this is a picture of a domestic goat. That's what our goats look like today. But you have all kinds of goats: Angora, Boer, Cashmere, okay, Nubian. Y'all see all the goats we got? Many different versions or types of goats, depending on their location. This Nubian, that's in North Africa. Okay. Oberhassil, that's originally in Switzerland. So you have many different types or versions of goats. So we got to play, and they taste different. They don't all taste the same. Okay. So and one point I want y'all to understand from this: don't think you miss it out on something because we have a dietary law. We're different. The Lord said you're set apart. He made us holy. He made us peculiar. We don't eat the same stuff that the nations eat. We don't do the same things the nations do. Okay. Got to keep that in mind. So we had the ox, we had the sheep, we had the goat. What's next?
Verse 5, the heart.
The heart. Anybody knows what a heart is?
I don't know what that is.
Anybody know what a heart is? Y'all like venison? Do y'all like venison?
I don't think I ever had venison.
Anybody know what a heart is? Brothers and sisters. Brother Benro said he know for sure what a heart is.
Down there in Mississippi.
He said it ain't no question. So a heart is the male of the red deer species. The heart is the male of the red deer species. If you look it up, it's the male of the red deer species. Right, it's a male deer. So you have the ox, we got the sheep, we got the goat, we got deer, the heart, right? Read on.
And the roebuck.
Y'all know what the roebuck is, right? Roebuck or roe deer. It's a deer. Okay, a roe deer. It's a reddish brown. In the summer, grayish brown with a white rump patch in the winter. Okay. Now, why I don't say in the fall? Why I don't say it changes coat in the fall?
Because it's only 2 seasons.
You understand? Hey, nature knows. The creation of the Lord knows, man. The creation of the Lord knows. Okay. So there are 2 species of roe deer. You got the European or the Western. Okay. And both of them, they adapt to cold environments pretty well. They get up to like 66 pounds or 100. The Siberian roebucks, they get up to 110. The regular roe deer, they get up to like 66 pounds. Okay. Y'all know what they eat?
They chew the cud.
They chew the cud. Right. Exactly. Okay. Next.
And the fallow deer.
Fallow deer. Y'all know what a fallow deer is, right? Another species of roe deer or roebuck in heart. Another species. Come on.
And the wild goat.
The wild goat. We already went over what a goat is. This is a wild goat. Okay. Read the next word.
And the pygarg.
The pygarg. Y'all know what a pygarg look like?
Nah, I gotta see this.
Yeah, let me show y'all, man. Let me show y'all what a pygarg look like.
What's a pygarg?
Let me show y'all, man. There we go. Y'all see that? This is where you really get them shofars from. Y'all see them things?
That's African, ain't it?
Do y'all see that? You can find some over here in some of these zoos and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, that's what they look like. All right. Come on.
And the wild ox.
The wild ox. So the wild ox is another species that we can eat. I want to see if y'all know what the next one is.
And the chamoy.
The chamoy. Anybody know what a chamoy is? Chamoy. Anybody know what that is?
Man, what's a chamoy?
You ever heard of that, brother?
I ain't heard. Let's see if Brother Benroy heard of it.
Brother Benroy, y'all got them down in the sip. So this is the chamoy right here. Y'all see him? Real hairy. Y'all see it?
Yeah.
They're of the Bovidae family. Keep that in mind, because a lot of these animals that we're reading about, they're in that family.
Okay.
Their main prey, what they eat grass, they eat leaves, they eat shrubs, they chew the cud. Natively found in the European mountains, black and white face markings and backward curving horns. I'm sorry. So they live in the mountains. These are those mountain goats. Y'all see that be on the side of they be on the mountains. Y'all they be licking them and everything. Y'all seen them, right? I watch National Geographic, so I'm kind of familiar with a couple of these. Okay. But his favorite food is grass. Majority of everything that we went over that the Lord said we can eat. Guess how their lifestyle is? They live in a herd. They all are herd. These are all herd animals. Okay. They live in a herd. Y'all realize that? Pronghorn. Yep. Exactly. See, bro know his animals now. He knows his animals. But all of these primarily live in a herd, in a flock. Okay. Even to today, y'all notice that?
Yeah.
The sheep, how they move.
In a herd.
The ox, the wild ox, how they move. The deer, the roebuck, the hart, they move together. They move in herds and packs. Okay. Right. And they're herbivores. All right. Read on. What we got?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 6. And every beast that parteth the hoof, and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
So they part the hoof and chew the cud. Okay. They part the hoof and chew the cud. These are the animals that we can eat. So of those that weren't named, it's still more. Okay. When you do your research, it's still more animals. But the Lord is specific. He's beautiful in how he teaches us, how he educates us. The Lord is beautiful in that thing, man, because even out of the ones that may chew the cud or be cloven footed, it's some that he says still, these are unclean to you. So he's very, very specific. Don't ever think that the Lord don't get granular in his teaching us. Okay. Read on.
Verse 7. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel.
So can we eat the camel?
No.
They chew they chew the cud?
Yeah.
Why we can't eat the camel? I need somebody to answer me. Why we can't eat the camel? So if you're doing your due diligence to find out what we can and can't eat, and you get the camel, it says what? Read that again.
Nevertheless, these shall not eat of them that chew the cud.
They chew the cud, right?
Yeah.
They chew the cud. You can't eat of them though. The Lord said we can't eat them. So the reason why we don't eat them, they might meet some of the requirements or half of the requirement. You got to meet the full requirement. And if the Lord specifically tells you can't eat them, you can't eat them. That's crystal clear. That's simple, right?
Yeah.
Y'all see how clear the Lord is? Like he don't make mistakes. Okay. So we can't eat the camel. Come on.
And the hare.
The hare. Anybody know what a hare is? Anybody know what a hare is? Unclean animals normally have only some of the requirements, not all. Exactly. What's a hare? Rabbit. Exactly. Rabbit. So it's 30 species. It says there's about 30 species of mammals related to rabbits and belonging to the same family. Leporidea. So if they're in this family, we can't eat them. Okay. In general, hares have longer ears and longer hind feet than rabbits, the hares in particular, while the tails are relatively short. The vernacular names hare and rabbit are frequently misapplied to particular species. So they misapply the name, but it's still the same species. Okay. Jackrabbits are actually hares, while the hispid hare of India is a rabbit. Okay. But they're all the same. They're related. They're related. They're mammals. There's 30 species of mammals that's directly related to rabbits. Okay. They all of the same family. So irregardless of if they right, Bugs Bunny is a long ear rabbit. Yeah, he's a hare. Cane cutters. Irregardless of what they're called, they're all of the same family. They're rabbits. We can't eat the hare. Okay. Next.
And the coney.
Y'all know what a coney is? Coney. Anybody know what that is? Let me see what they. A badger? A rabbit? Nah. A rabbit as well. I'll show you what a coney is. Let me show you what a coney is. Give me a second. Coney also spelled Coney. The mammalian coney is a small guinea pig like related relative to the rabbit. So it's a relative to the rabbit. It's more commonly known by the name pica. The name coney was once applied to the rabbit and is still sometimes used in the fur business to indicate rabbit fur, but it's actually not. Okay, they're related, but it's actually not the rabbit or a rabbit, but they're related. It's related to it's the pica. Okay, so it's like a guinea pig. Okay, right. It's in the weasel family. Yep. All right, the next.
For they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof. Therefore they are unclean unto you.
So they chew the cud, but they don't divide the hoof. You see? Like Sis said earlier, they got half of the requirements, not all of them. Okay? Now, say for instance, we start eating these things. The camel, the hare, the coney. What's going to happen? What's going to happen if we start eating those things? First and foremost, we'll be abominable. That's a given, right?
Yeah.
Just say you're going to die. Exactly. But it has natural predators, and those predators won't be able to live because we're eating up all the stuff that they're supposed to be eating, right? And it messes up the whole ecosystem. It messes up everything. It puts everything out of whack. Okay, puts everything out of whack. They'll not be able to play their role in the world exactly. They won't be able to play their part in the society. Okay. Where we at?
Verse 8. And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud.
So the swine, it meets half of the requirements again. It divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud. It divided the hoof, but cheweth not the cud. So the people eating the pig's feet and all that other stuff, it divide the hoofs, but they don't chew the cud. It eat everything else. Let's look at this swine. Okay, swine. When people say swine, they say, man, it's not pig. Yes, it is. Swine, it's not pork. Yes, I'm sorry to tell you. People smarter than me did their research. Pig, wild or domestic swine. Y'all see that? Wild or domestic swine. A mammal of the Suidae family. In Britain, the term pig refers to all domestic swine, while in the United States, it refers to the younger swine, not yet ready for the market. Okay. Not yet ready for the market. Ugh. Pigs are stout-bodied, short-legged, omnivorous mammals. What does it mean to be omnivorous?
They eat everything.
They eat everything. Omni means all. They eat everything. You put a baby in there. I seen a doggone pig eating a baby, pulling a baby, dragging a baby, eating it. They'll eat anything. License plates. They done cut open pigs and seeing the pieces of license plate in that thing.
Man.
Okay, they eat anything. These are the many different types: Duroc, Hampshire, Landry, Spotted, Yorkshire. Okay, they're found in North and South America, U.S. breeds. They're found everywhere, worldwide. These Yorkshires, worldwide, and a lot of them they inhabit places that they just decimate. I think in Texas, they're allowed to trap them and kill so many. They got these big traps that just fall on them,
yeah,
and they go and shoot them all up, and they can haul them all off. They ain't got to put no tags on them or nothing. They can hunt them because it's, they breed real fast, real quick. But one of the benefits of using swine or using a pig is, guess what? It's your garbage disposal.
Yeah.
If we had trash, we had anything we need to throw away, okay, you'll feed them to the pig. You'll feed it to the pigs. I just watched a court case. This woman had these men that that will come to her house and do odd jobs and stay in her house. She fed the man to a pig.
Dang.
They found his femur bone by the pig's pen. She fed a man to the pig, and she joked about it, and that thing came back to bite her because she tried to deny it. She fed him to a pig. A pig would eat anything. Okay, they'll chew on some grass, but they normally eat slop, a mixture of all kinds of garbage, and that's what you're putting in your system. Read that again, verse 8.
Verse 8. And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. You shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass.
So we can't eat their flesh or touch their dead carcass. Guess what? If a pig, if you had a pig and it died, if you had pigs, your garbage disposal, your trash cans, and it died, you couldn't even take it to the strangers. You had to tell them, y'all gotta come get this. You couldn't even touch it. You couldn't even touch it. Sister in San Antonio, Texas, people will pay you to kill pigs and javelinas. Okay, they'll pay you because they're encroaching on the habitat there. They're wild. Okay, I watch many channels where they, they'll put on the night cameras and put feed inside the cages. They make sure the big ones get in there. As soon as the big ones get in there, they shut it, they close it, and then they can't get out.
Yeah.
They get like 20, 30 pigs a night. Go in there and shoot them, clean them up, and sell them or eat them. That's what they do. That's what Esau do, man. That's what these nations do. The Lord said we're not to eat them, we're not to touch them, none of that. That's why I'm careful in the grocery store. I'm careful not to even pick up something that might be swine. Okay, you gotta be careful. If I look at it and I read the front and it say, all beef, but in my mind I'm like, hold on, nah. This look like this might got some pork casings or something like that. I done got good at eyeballing it, right? I done got real good at eyeballing. I ain't even touching it. Because you'll be unclean, man. Okay. If you fear the Lord, hey, you'll move the same way. That's what we use in the medical field to develop cultures to study different bacteria and diseases. Dang. Come on.
Verse 9. These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales ye shall ye eat.
So everything that has scales and fins, you can eat. Everything that have scales and fins, you can eat. Somebody said tuna didn't have scales and fins. I remember hearing that nonsense. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Does tuna have scales and fins?
Yeah.
Let me see brothers and sisters online. Yes, I see one yes. 2 yeses. I see 2. You say yes?
Yeah.
Yes, they just are real small. Right. It's a lot of tuna scales. Let me show y'all something, man. I'm gonna show y'all something. You can this the power of Google, man. You got stuff right at your fingertips. You can access. It's a gift and a curse, man. Google is a gift and a curse. Y'all see that right there? So I make it a little bigger. So these scales, they have scales. You see, that's a fin right there, and that's scales. But it's a video. I wish I could show you the video. They have really small scales. Really small scales. I wish I could show y'all that video. I ain't got it queued up. But tuna have scales where they just cut the skin and scales off at the same time. Like at the fish markets where they process them, they cut the scale and the skin off at the same time when they're processing them things. Okay, so they have scales and fins. So everything that have those 2 criteria, scales and fins, we can eat. Okay, we can eat. Come on.
Verse 10. And whatsoever hath not fins and scales, ye may not eat. It is unclean unto you.
Why? Why can't we eat things that don't have skins and fins? Because the Lord told us not to. The Lord told us not to. I got a question. Y'all ever heard of gooseneck barnacles? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Gooseneck barnacles. Brothers and sisters online, have you ever heard of that? No. Oh, something you ain't heard of, huh? No. Sis said yes. Okay, sis Zimmer said she did. Okay. Gooseneck barnacles. I haven't. No. Okay. Let me show y'all what a gooseneck barnacle look like. Let me show y'all what it look like. Share screen. Y'all see that right there? It looked like weird little crocodile fingers or something like that.
Man.
Business Insider. They're so expensive. This is barnacles. Barnacle. These are things of the sea. Remember, the Lord said those things that don't have scales and fins we can't eat. You know what barnacle is? A barnacle is a filter feeder. It's a filter feeder. So it feeds and filters water through it. It's from a subgroup of suspension feeding animals that feed by straining suspended matter and food particles from the water. So it strains, it's like little strainers. It's like little strainers. So the barnacle plays a role in keeping the water clean. They said gooseneck barnacles so expensive. Now they're eating all the things that clean the water.
They don't even look appealing.
It don't look appetizing at all. It look like a dang on crocodile knuckle. Okay. And it says they typically they typically, some of them are big enough where they can feed on clams, krill, sponges, and things of that nature. And they filter water. They're filter feeders. So they filter the water through their bodies, man. And they eat like little particles of things that pass by. What about the blue crab? That's real big, especially where I came from, the blue crab. Can we eat that?
Nope.
The blue crab, that's another omnivore. The blue crab is an omnivore. Okay. They eat small fish, thin-shelled bivalves, plants, nearly any other item it can find. So anything it can find, anything that it can find, it eats, including carrion. Y'all know what carrion is? Carrion. Do y'all know what that word means? Carrion. Does anybody know what that means? Because that's going to tie into the other unclean things that we eat. Swine eats carrion as well. Carrion. Does anybody know what that means? We're going to do some learning today. Carrion is things that dieth of himself. Dead animals, dead flesh, dead fish. They're the gut right. Dead flesh. They're garbage disposals. Anything that falls to the depths of the sea, the blue crab and other items like abalone, they eat it. That's what they're supposed to eat. That's what their diet is. That's how the Lord made them, or what he made them to eat. But what do people do? They made it a delicacy. They made it a delicacy. Why? So that we would consume it. Our people are the number one consumers of this nonsense. The number one consumer. Anything Esau anything the nations tell us that is good, we're going to try. Oh, I want to try that. I'm going to get me some gooseneck barnacles. What you eating gooseneck barnacles for?
Man. Oh, no. I might put that on my plate.
Come on, man. How about the blue whale? Can we eat the blue whale?
No.
Huh?
No, I don't have no fish or scales on it.
They got fins. They don't got scales. They don't have scales. Catfish, no scales. Sharks, like the bull shark. Y'all know what the bull shark diet consists of? Everything. It's an omnivore as well. Okay. It consists of bony fish, small sharks, including other bull sharks. So it's cannibalistic. It eats stingrays. It can include turtles, birds, dolphins, terrestrial mammals, crustaceans, everything. They hunt in murky water and they'll eat anything. If you are approached by a bull shark, it will try to eat you. For real. They're called contact feeders. They'll bump and bite. So if you feel a bump, that bite is going to follow. They contact feeders. If they bump it with their nose, they're going to bite it. They're going to eat it. They don't give a damn if it's a license plate or your leg.
Yeah, you hear about some of these in some of the rivers too. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're opportunistic feeders, man. They're opportunistic feeders. They'll eat anything. They will eat anything at any time. Now, mind you, all the things that the Lord is telling us not to eat, what are we doing? We eating all the ones we're supposed to clean up the garbage. We're making ourselves scavengers by eating these things. Okay. How about conch? Conch. Y'all know what conch is? Conch fritters.
Mm-mm.
Y'all know what that is? Conch. They big sea snails. I'm sorry. Big sea snails. A lot of them are they're herbivorous. Okay. Some of them are carnivorous. So the herbivores, they eat algae and the underwater plants and stuff. And then the carnivores of the conch, they feed on animals. Okay, they eat worms, small invertebrates, fish, and guess what? Carrion. Dead animals. So, Benji, they love them conch fritters, man. In Miami, that's what they love. They love eating conch fritters. It's big old sea snails that are put in the doggone ocean to clean the water of dead animal and dead debris. For example, you ever had a fish tank? Y'all ever had a fish tank? You put your fish in there and you just let the fish live in there by themselves. What would that fish tank look like after a month?
It'd be murky.
You never clean it. It'd be murky as hell, disgusting. It'd be poop, fish poop, all kinds of stuff. Highly acidic water, crazy, right?
Yeah.
But if you put a snail or some snails in there, what happens?
And they clean it up.
Or those little shark looking things with suckers on it. What happens? The tank get clean. You ain't even gotta clean it. Right, the sucker fish. The little black things with the big mouths, the sucker fish, they hang on the side of the thing. They eating the debris, they eating it. So you can see the need for those fish in a fish tank. I got a question. So if you see that the fish, they can't survive, they can't thrive in a society in an ecosystem like that without these things that clean them, would you then go and just take all them things out? Would you take the snail out? The hell with the fish. Take the snails out. Take out the sucker fish, take them out. Eat them, eat the sucker fish and eat the snails. What's gonna happen to the fish? The rest of the fish?
They're gonna die from that being that environment. They're
gonna die from that environment. That's akin to what we're doing today. When you take the crab out, when you take the snail out, the sea snail, the conch, when you take the abalone out the water, when you take the sharks out the water, the catfish are bottom dwellers. They taste like the garbage they eat. Why would you eat that nonsense? Okay. Coral. Our people are destroying the coral. All these things help cleanse the ocean, man. Let me show you something else. I want to read this. I want to read this for y'all. Let me share my screen. I'll be reading some weird stuff. I apologize in advance. Shellfish, the kidneys of the sea. Y'all see that? Shellfish, the kidneys of the sea. For anyone holidaying in the U.S. coastal town of Cape Cod, the plates of seafood in many of the restaurants hold a particular allure. So they eat all kinds of seafood there. But it is not just in feeding the locals and visitors that businesses have been relying on shellfish. They are using them to help clean the water. Oysters effectively act as sieves in water where there is not much nitrogen, as in Cape Cod, where such excess levels might otherwise lead to rampant algae growth. That's the green stuff you see on the side of your fish tank, the algae growth. Oyster shells incorporate the nitrogen as they grow, taking it into their shells and out of the water and preventing harmful algae blooms. So it takes the harmful stuff out of the water and in their shells. This is the stuff people slurp up raw, by the way. They put hot sauce and lemon juice on this and they slurp this up raw.
Yeah, my God.
It is one example of the remarkable phenomenon of shellfish being a natural filter. What are our people doing? And I'm getting on our people right now. What are our people doing? They're taking all the natural filters out of the waters and they're consuming them. What do you think you're consuming? Why do you think you got gout? Why do you think you got all these diseases? Why do you think your blood pressure high? Old Bay and crab? Yeah. Recipe for disaster. Okay. It says, and one that never switches off. So oysters never cut off. Oysters can filter over 200 liters of water a day. The ocean needs that. It needs that. The humble mussel acts as a vacuum cleaner for the sea, taking in microplastics, pesticides, and other pollutants. Where man has created problems through pollution, the natural world has fought back. Meaning the things that the Lord created, if you leave them the hell alone, they're going to fix it. If you leave scallops in the ocean, if you leave oysters in the ocean, they act as natural vacuum cleaners to the sea. Okay. It says, but shellfish around the world are under threat as reefs are destroyed as a result of rising temperatures and overfishing. It should be no fishing of these animals. The only things that we should be taking out of the water is what? Things that have scales and fins. That's it. That's the only thing that we should be consuming. It should be no seafood market other than things that have scales and fins. It says a natural phenomenon. That the natural world can come up with so many solutions for our problems in a continuing marvel. You see how they try to remove God and his creation and they call it the natural world coming up with these solutions? No, that's how God made it to begin with. Okay. And nestled on the rocks around water, the ability of shellfish to act as a natural cleanser is one of these phenomena. So they call it the shellfish that God created to be shellfish to clean the waters. They calling it a phenomenon. Y'all see that? In the case of oysters, the creatures filter water through their gills, in the process removing pollutants as they work to absorb nutrients and grow their shell. Excess carbon dioxide, the nitrogen from fertilizers, and phosphorus are all absorbed. So when you eating raw oysters, when you brothers and sisters, y'all ain't repentant, y'all going on out there eating them raw oysters or eating cooked oysters anyway, eating oysters, period. Okay. You're eating pollutants. You're eating the excessive carbon dioxide that's in the waters, the nitrogen from fertilizers and phosphorus, all those things that are being absorbed. Okay. That's what you're eating. That's what you're eating. All right. When you eat crab and all these other things, these other sea roaches, shrimp, lobster, all these other sea bugs, that's what you're eating. The pollutants. Okay. It says time-lapse footage has been used to demonstrate how they defog the water around them and bring clarity. The waters used to be clear. The waters before us, they used to be clear. Y'all got to understand when all the sea animals, the shellfish and everything that the Lord, all the things that the Lord created was in the waters initially. Those, when he created them, that water was clear. The pollutants wasn't there. Clams, meanwhile, filter 20 liters of water a day, allowing more sunlight to get through and foster growth of seagrasses and increase oxygen levels. So if you remove the clams, if you remove the oysters, the sunlight wouldn't be able to get through. There will be no seagrass. The oxygen levels will get lower and lower and lower. Okay. The mussel has been called the Hoover of the sea, the Hoover vacuum, and takes in phytoplankton for nourishment as well as pollutants, filtering up to 25 liters in one day. Mussels. They are often compared to canaries in a coal mine, with their health being an indicator of the greater condition of the water in which they are in. So, if a clam, if a mussel, if an oyster, if they shut their shell while they're in the water is too dangerous. They didn't absorb too much. The water is too dangerous. Okay. Researchers in Stanford University illustrated the strength of the cleaning properties by putting California floater mussels and Asian clams into a tank of wastewater. 3 days later, some 80% of the contaminants from the water had been removed. 3 days in full wastewater.
Dang.
80% of the contaminants were removed. Leave the Lord's work alone.
Man.
How they help. The effect of shellfish on local environments have been seen for some years in Cape Cod. They have been used as one part of the scheme to reduce nitrogen in waterways. In Poland, a system to test the quality of the water has been constructed whereby 8 clams have triggers attached to their shells. When the water goes too toxic, they close up, prompting alarms, after which the water system can be shut down. So in the water system in Poland, they use clams. And they got sensors on their shells. So when these sensors close, its alarm goes right back off to the building and they shut down the water.
Wow.
Y'all see how important the things the Lord created is? Some of them they're trying to use mussels now in New York City's Bronx River. Okay. But what keeps happening? Can they help you? Can these things help you if they're being consumed by you?
No.
None of these things can help you if you're eating them. Okay. Taking out the cleaners in South Texas results in red tide over abundance of harmful algae, which leaves nitrogenous water, killing beneficial sea ecosystems. Red tide. Bruh said, all praises to the Most High. I wasn't with eating none of that garbage, catfish. I never had crab. I ate a lobster. I thought I was balling until I came into the truth and found out I was eating poop eaters. Yikes. Never again. You are definitely what you eat. Yes. Well, we know what to use in our waters when we build our own community. Exactly. Bruh said he never ate none of that. He said, I ain't never ate none of that. He said, I don't know what that animal is. I don't know what that is. But they call the shellfish the Hoover of the sea. Y'all see that? They call it the Hoover of the sea. It's a vacuum. It's there to clean. All the things that's there to clean. Again, these are additional acts of defiance of the Lord, man. Trying to destroy his creation. Our people are doing it, not even realizing what they're doing. Like the brother said, he thought he was balling. A lot of our people, they feel like they've made it if they can have the shrimp, the crab, the lobster garbage. I look at the cooking, everybody that have cooking channels and stuff like that. All they cook is the same crab boil, lobster tail, mac and cheese, the same garbage. The stuff that they learn from their oppressor. That's why we're not to envy them. They choose none of their ways, man. Because we're eating like scavengers, like the scavengers they are. That's how we eat. You done bought yourself down. We done bought ourselves down to the scavengers that they are. Eating camel. Huh?
It's a trick. They put the prices up. We think it's a status symbol. Just because it's not high price. They tricking you. They getting rich off of you being disobedient to the Lord.
Right. They're using you. They're using you in their acts of defiance. So they're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
They're getting you to defy yourself because they hate you. Well, they hate God, so they hate you. Yeah. And they're trying to destroy his earth in which he created. Y'all see how you remove, say for instance, they overfish mussels. They overfish clam. They overfish oysters and they remove them from the sea. Y'all see what this, that's why a lot of y'all might got waters and beaches around y'all. And you like, man, this water is kind of murky. It's murky like that because all the filter animals y'all are eating. Everything. It was a joke. They was like during the pandemic, It was a short and crabs and all this other stuff. And it was a running joke with our people talking about they ate them all.
Mm.
I know a woman, she has a YouTube channel. She had all her teeth removed. She couldn't wait for her dentures to come so that she can pop some crabs. That's the first thing she ate once her gums was healed.
Man.
Crazy, ain't it?
Man.
She couldn't wait to eat that abomination. Her jacked up teeth got pulled out. They put in new chompers. And she couldn't wait to eat that nonsense. Jump back. Yeah, verse 11.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 11. Of all clean birds ye shall eat, but these are they of which ye shall not eat.
So, of all clean birds you shall eat. All clean birds. What you think the Lord mean by clean birds?
Not scavenger birds, not the ones that eat dead things. That their function is to clean the earth. So
we can tell a clean bird by its function, right? Like you just said, its function to clean the earth, right? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna show y'all something. I mentioned this word before, carrion.
Yeah.
I want y'all to look at this real quick. I just want to show y'all this real quick before we read on. This is carrion birds, or the definition, right? Oh, what am I? I pulled up quick, but pardon me. Carrion. So carry-on. I'm pronouncing it correctly. Carry-on. Y'all see that? Rhymes with clarion or barbarian, whatever. Is an animal's dead, decaying flesh that often serves as food source for other carnivorous or omnivorous animals and birds. So any bird that eats carrion is unclean, and it's gonna be proved as we read on. Okay, to be considered carrion, the food item must have died from another cause other than being killed by the animal consuming it. So what is this called? Scavenger. A scavenger. Okay, so it's a couple criteria when you examine the types of food. They serve a couple purposes. They identify it a certain way, and they do a certain thing. Okay, they identify it a certain way, or they do something. The word carrion comes from the Latin caro, meaning meat. Okay, synonyms or other words to describe carrion are roadkill, carcass, remains, and offal. Offal is like the innards, like the liver, the lungs, the what's more the guts. Okay, that's the offal. Carrion birds. A wide range of birds may feed on carcasses. Birds that are regularly known as carrion eaters include vultures, buzzards, and condors, caracaras, whatever that is, eagles, hawks, and other birds of prey, crows, raven, and large corvids, caws, skuas, and terns. Okay, even some seabirds. Keep that in mind. So seabirds, vultures, buzzards, condors, caracaras, eagles, hawks, and other birds of prey, crows, ravens, and other large corvids. Keep those words in mind because we're gonna go over these birds. Caws, skuas, and terns. Okay, they are classified as corin birds because they eat the carcasses or dead bodies of birds. Y'all follow me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do not a bird's talent tell you if you are clean and unclean? Yeah, I would say, but let's read on. I got to make this point, and it's gonna help you out in that question.
But these are they of which ye shall not eat. The eagle.
So let's look at the eagle. Let's look at the eagle. Sis said the talons. Yes, the talons are of the birds of prey, does definitely identify if they are corn birds or not, or if they're unclean or not. Yes, because they're birds of prey. Okay, they're predatory birds. So yes, their talents can tell you. That's one characteristic. Eagle. The eagle. Any of many large. I need y'all to pay close attention to the definition of eagle. To the definition of eagle, because we think about it when we say eagle, bald eagle pop in our head, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says any of many large, heavy-beaked, big-footed birds of prey. So does it just specifically speak about the eagle, the bald eagle, the steep eagle, the sea eagle? Is it just them? Any of many large, heavy-beaked, big-footed birds of prey belonging to the family Accipitridae. In general, an eagle is any bird of prey more powerful than a buteo. What's a buteo? Any of several birds of prey of the genus buteo. So the hawks, buzzards. So it's more powerful than the buzzard. Anything that's bigger or more powerful than the buzzard is classified as an eagle. Do y'all see that? An eagle may resemble a vulture in build and flight characteristics, but has a fully feathered, often crested head and strong feet equipped with great curved talons. Okay. Eagles are monogamous. They mate for life. Oh, ain't that cute? Just don't eat them. I want to get down to, give me a second. That's the sea eagle. Let me see. They mate for life. The young mature slowly. I think I had, let me see. The great harpy eagle is 3.3 feet long. 3.3 feet long. So this thing is 3 feet long. These things are huge. So any big beaked, huge bird with big talons is classified as an eagle. That's a part of that family. Okay. So the eagle is unclean to us. And an eagle is a carrion bird as well. Okay. Next.
And the ossifrage.
The ossifrage. Anybody know what that is?
No.
It's the largest Eurasian bird of prey. His wingspan is 9 to 10 feet.
Dang.
9 to 10 feet. Black feathers hanging from below the bill like a mustache. Okay. It's often looked at as the osprey. But the wingspan is 9 to 10 feet. Imagine that. I be looking in the sky. I be seeing hawks and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, that thing is huge. Yeah. This thing is 9 to 10 feet. You ain't supposed to eat that. All these big old birds of prey, the ostriches and all that, we ain't supposed to eat that. Not supposed to eat it. Okay. Next.
And the osprey.
The osprey. It's also called a fish hawk. Y'all ever heard of that? A fish hawk. So the osprey, it flies over the water to hunt. So it hovers above the water. As soon as it see a fish, what it do? It plunges straight down, grabs the fish, picks that thing back up. Okay. Sometimes it drags its feet in the water. After it eat, you might see it might not even be hunting, but it's dragging its feet in the water to clean its feet off after it done ate. Okay. These things are huge. All right, next.
Verse 13, and the glede.
The glede. Anybody know what the glede is? Anybody know what a glede is? Brothers and sisters online, a glede. It's called something different today. Glede. Right. The Most High is awesome. He is awesome. All his creations is perfect, man. Beautiful. And they do exactly what they're supposed to do.
Man, that's a cool looking bird.
Was that the glede?
Yeah.
I think is hey, the glede is they call it a European buzzard. Or the osprey. Okay. Still a huge bird of prey. Huge bird of prey. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it. Show y'all a picture. Glees and kites. 1 second. Let me share my screen. Y'all see that bird right there? It's a glede. Long wingspan. Long wingspan. All right, next.
And the kite.
So glede, the glees and kites, those they look similar. That's the same. I was one of the same birds. It's a kite. Let me show you the kites. But all of these are birds of prey, y'all. Beautiful birds. All of these are birds of prey. Y'all see that? Yeah. See, I got the fish in his talons. Y'all see it?
Yeah.
This bird, let me see. So they got the small and the large kites. But you can tell, like Sis was saying it with the talents, their talents will tell you too, you know, if they're predatory birds and things of that nature. It'll let you, their talents will let you know. Hawks, all that. Come on, read on.
And the vulture after his kind.
Y'all know what a vulture is.
Yeah.
It said a vulture and after his kind because it's 22 species of large carrion eating birds. 22 species. Okay. Vultures are huge, man. We had a deer die behind our I had this house. It was a big drop off, and a deer died right in that drop off. Man, we had like 4-5 buzzards on top of our roof. Them things look like little gremlins sitting up there, man. Them things was huge, man. Them things is huge. Now these ain't pretty birds. These some ugly birds. Vultures is ugly.
Yeah.
Vultures are hideous. Let me show you. Let me show you what they look like. Just in case y'all out hunting or something like that, man. You know, you come across a vulture. There go one right there. That's the king vulture. Y'all seen them before, right? With the little crooked necks, hunchback. And then they'll sit there and steal the prey of the of animals and things of that nature.
You got one called a turkey vulture too, right?
This that's not the turkey vulture. That's the turkey vulture right there. That's the turkey vulture right there. Because the head resembles the turkey. Yeah. Look at that. They got that vulture got that big old fish right there tearing it up. That fish probably died of itself, and they in there eating it. Vultures are 22 species, large carrion-eating birds that live predominantly in the tropics and subtropics. I wanted to see if they had the size. The turkey vulture is 6.6 feet, the wingspan. So you think of a man that's 6 feet tall. The wingspan of this turkey vulture is 6.6 feet. 6'6". These things is huge, man. The body is about of the king vulture 31 inches. The head and neck are red, yellow, and bluish. The eyes are white with red eye rings. You can't miss them. Can't miss them because they'll be waiting on that deer to die. Yeah. Hey, waiting on them to die. They can smell the death on it. And this what people decide they want to eat. This what they want to eat. A lot of these things right here, man, they got bacteria and different it's different things inside these animals that you know, different things and disease inside these animals you can't heal from. You eat a vulture can eat anything. Okay, a vulture eat anything. You can't process the germs and disease that it can process. Okay. Next.
Verse 14. And every raven after his kind.
Every raven. So not some ravens. Every raven after his kind. A raven, they have 10 species of heavy-billed dark birds. They're larger than crows. So that's what a raven look like. Edgar Allan Poe, I remember we had to read a book about the ravens. Edgar Allan Poe book.
Yeah.
Look, they're carrion birds as well. Okay. They're opportunistic and they'll eat anything. They'll eat anything. It says the common it reaches lengths. The common raven reaches lengths of 66 centimeters or 26 inches. So that's a pretty substantial sized bird right there. Okay, that's a pretty doggone big bird. We can't eat it. All right, next.
Verse 15. And the owl.
Y'all know the owl is, right?
Yeah.
So all the ravens after his kind, the owls, come on.
And the nighthawk.
The nighthawk, that's the hawk. Come on.
And the cacao.
The cacao. Anybody know what that is?
Nope.
All the strange ones. I'm gonna just present all the strange ones. A cacao or a cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
A cacao or cuckoo bird. Same thing, one and the same. Okay. Y'all seen a cuckoo bird, right? You know what it look like?
They ain't got a tail like a. I don't think I ever seen one of these birds.
You don't think you ever seen one?
Seen one of them birds.
Let me present it so the people can see it. It's the common cuckoo. It's the common cuckoo. So cacao or cuckoo bird. Come on.
And the hawk after his kind. The little owl and the great owl and the swan.
So the little owl, the great owl, the hawks. So all the hawks, every species of the hawk, you can't eat. You can't eat not one owl. Okay. Right. Like the ones in the clock. Cuckoo, cuckoo. And a lot of the smaller birds, it's the sounds that they make is the reason. Hey, that sets them apart. Because a lot of them they'll eat like regular, regular fruits and stuff like that, like the cuckoo. Okay. It's not a carrion bird, meaning it's not a scavenger. Okay. But the owl, the hawk, the raven, the vulture, the kite, the glede, the osprey, the ostrich, the eagle, all of them are carrion birds. The swan. Y'all know the swan is, right?
Yeah.
What's the swan?
I was gonna say ducks, but it's a little bit different from a duck.
It's different from a duck, but of the same family.
Yeah.
It's different from a duck, but of the same family. Okay. It's of the family of the duck and of the geese. Okay. Male swans, they call them cobs. Females, they call them pens. They look alike, so it's hard to tell them apart. But they have the long necks and they curve down.
Yeah.
The long necks that curve down. They're waterfowl. So all of the waterfowls we can't eat. We can't eat duck. We can't eat geese. And we can't eat swan. Okay. Right, big goose. Yeah, look just like a big goose. It's a waterfowl. They all of the same. They all of the same family. All right. Where we at?
Verse 17. And the pelican.
The pelican. Yo, all my days, I was today's years old. When I found out pelicans, I thought pelicans only ate fish. Do y'all know what pelicans eat?
No, what they eat? What does that eat?
I'm gonna tell you. I want to wait for brothers and sisters to answer. I'm gonna see what their answers is. I thought they only ate fish, because I remember seeing fish like flapping in their little pouch they got. I remember seeing fish flapping that pouch. I didn't know. Sis said shrimp.
Ah, okay. Anything that fall in their mouth, right?
Not necessarily.
Huh.
Let me share my screen. Yeah, crustaceans, lobsters. Sis said I don't know. Other birds. I seen the pelican eat another bird. That's a fact. I seen that. I don't know if that's their normal food source, but they're in the Pelicanidae family. Keep that in mind, because some of the birds you read after this, they're gonna fall in the same family. This is what they look like. They crazy stuff, and they got this big old beak, and then there's a pouch right there. Main prey: fish, crabs, and turtles. I did not know that. Yes, I thought it was just fish.
Turtle?
Fish, crabs, and turtles. Yep. Fish, crabs, and turtles. Okay. They can have up to a 3-meter wingspan. So 72 inches to 138-inch wingspan. Okay. Pretty big. They're omnivores. So like the brother said, it can eat other birds. They can eat anything. They eat anything. Anything that go in that big damn pouch. They open it. They gobbling it up. Just like some of our people. Anything that go in that big old mouth of theirs, that big old gut, they're gonna eat it. Come on.
And the gear eagle.
The gear eagle, that's they call that the Egyptian vulture. The gear eagle is what they call the Egyptian vulture. Let me see if I can pull that up. I want y'all to see what these things look like, man. Here we go. This is the gear eagle. Y'all see it?
Yeah, the one I'm looking at, they got like a weird headdress, look like.
Yeah, you kind of see it, and then it almost look like the turkey vulture. But this gear eagle is the Egyptian vulture. So this was the bird right here that was eating a lot of our foreparents' carcasses right here. This thing right here. When we will meet for the birds, this is a bird. This is one of the birds that was eating us. Right, they on hieroglyphics. Yep. How they digest the turtle, I don't know. I have no idea. Sis said she knew. Finding Nemo. You can tell who got kids on it. Yeah, I didn't even realize. I didn't know. I ain't know. So the gear eagle or the Egyptian vulture, can't eat that either. Come on.
Or the cormorant.
Cormorant. Y'all know what that is? It don't look funny. It's called a shag. Y'all ever heard of a shag?
Yeah, the hairstyle.
Oh yeah, you is in Texas.
Yeah, come on now.
So it's a shag. It's like it's a water bird. It's a water bird. It's 26 to 30 species of different types of water birds. So pretty much all the water birds we can't eat. Y'all notice that, right? All the water birds have been listed here. We can't eat them. Not one. Okay. This is what it looks like. Let me present my screen. Y'all see it?
Yeah, that's a weird looking bird.
Yeah, that thing look crazy. You see his head?
I saw a couple of these. They actually in the water.
Yeah. That's them right there. Look. Whole sea of them. They're in the water bird family. Water bird family. Yep. Come on.
Verse 18, and a stork.
Y'all know what the stork look like, right?
Yeah.
With them long, crazy legs. They be walking slowly through the. Hold on, let me show you. So these are storks. and they big and ugly. You look at it. Look at it.
Yeah.
Those long elongated beaks like that. Y'all notice all of them have those long beaks like that to poke at the fish and stuff.
So a flamingo, that kind of look like a flamingo a little bit.
Yeah, that's of the same family.
Yeah.
Is of the same family. It says the storks range from 60 centimeters to 150, so 2 to 5 feet tall. 2 feet to 5 feet tall. They feed during the day. Most eat small animals caught in shallow waters in some fields. So they'll eat anything. They'll eat anything. Okay. Right, it is. It is. It's the Vlasic pickle mascot. It is. I ain't noticed that. I ain't noticed that. Hey, that is. Dang. Damn, that is. Go ahead.
And the heron after Heracon.
Y'all know the heron?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you. Do y'all know what they eat? The heron after their kind. Check out what they eat, man. This is the heron right here. With the long neck, with the little frilly stuff on their chest. Y'all seen these before, right? Yeah. Especially if you've been like down here to Florida or in tropical places and stuff. But check this out. They usually feed while wading quietly in the shallow waters of pools, marshes, and swamps, catching frogs, fishes, and other aquatic animals. So they clean up they clean up the marshes. They clean up the waters. Okay. I can't believe people be eating half of these things, man. I can't believe it. Like what? It don't even look like it got no meat on it. The egret, yeah. Bro said it drops the babies off. He said the stork, yeah. They said the stork dropped the babies off in those white blankets, those sheets. Come on.
And the lapwing.
The lapwing is one of those singing birds, man. It's one of the singing birds.
So parrots.
Yep. Well, I wouldn't say parrots. They look like. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me show you the masked lapwing. Here we go. That's how they look right there. That's the masked lapwing, and that's a regular one. So you got the crown, and you got the masked. One's called a shorebird, I guess of the same family. So they're called waders, wading birds, shorebirds, avocets, coursers, lapwings, oyster catcher, phalarope, sandpiper, snipe, plover. All these fall in the same family. Dotterel, all of them birds, they fall in the same family. We can't eat those. Can't eat them. Sis said, glad I'm a picky eater. Never been want to try anything. Right, the sandpiper. Yep. Sis on it, the sandpiper.
She know her birds.
Sis know them birds. Hey. All right, what's the next one?
In the bat.
In the bat. Y'all know about that. Yeah. They say that thing brought COVID, didn't it? They say that thing brought COVID. What bats eat, y'all? Y'all know what bats eat?
I think the bigger bats eat certain type of mammals. The smaller ones eat insects and stuff like that, right? So they carnivores.
Nah, they're omnivores.
Oh, they eat everything? Oh man. Huh.
Yeah, they're omnivores. Bats are omnivores. Do y'all know what they eat?
Bro, yeah.
Rodents, yep. Rats. Is that it? rats or rodents or mice. That's their favorite. They also eat fruit. They also eat frogs.
Are they carry on too?
Or move at night, huh?
Are they carry on too?
They're not carry on because they don't eat the things that's already dead.
Okay.
So no, they're not carry on. Remember, carry on. Those animals that are carry on, they eat things that died of themselves and they scavenge off those things. So they actually catch the mice, they catch the frog, and then they eat the fruit. Bro said that they eat with move at night. Yeah. And because of light pollution, the mice can't hide, but they use echolocation to eat their food anyway. So they don't use their eyesight. They don't use their eyesight. Okay, they use echolocation. We can't eat them as well. So we got hawks, we got owls, we got ravens, we got eagles, we got ossifish, we got osprey, we got kites, vultures, we got the cuckoo, we got pelicans, the eagles, gear eagle, the cormorant, the stork, heron, lapwings, and bats. All these are birds, and there's species of bird that we can't eat. I got a question. What's chicken? What is chicken? What is chicken? Do chicken got talons? Is chicken a bird of prey? Because I hear this argument all the time. Man, we can't eat chicken. Is chicken a bird of prey? They got talons?
She said good.
Sis said they good. Sis said they good. Some good ass bird. What do chicken eat? What do chicken eat? Let's start there. What do chicken eat?
I thought they eat them little worms, don't they?
They eat insects. Okay. What else? Is that it?
Corn.
Seed.
Yeah.
They eat fruit. They eat berries. Okay. They eat fruit. They eat berries. They eat insects. They eat seed. Okay. That's what they eat. Grains. Yep. So because they eat insects and fruits and berries and stuff like that, they're classified as omnivores. Corn, worm, and he said corn, worm, and they own poop. Yeah, they eat their own poop sometimes too. Yep. They're not birds of prey. They eat insects, seeds, fruits, and vegetables. Right. Exactly. So you can't eat chicken. Chicken is not classified as one of those water birds or any of the birds of prey. Okay, read on.
Verse 19. And every creeping thing that flieth is unclean unto you. They shall not be eaten.
Every creeping thing that flieth shall not be eaten. They're unclean. Every creeping thing that flieth, okay, is unclean. That's them bugs. You ain't supposed to be out here eating no cockroaches and all that other stuff.
Oh man.
Okay. From there, go to Leviticus chapter 20 for me. We're gonna deal with that creeping, those things that creepeth. Leviticus 20, and I want you to read 25.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, and verse 25. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean.
So we're commanded to put a difference between clean beasts and unclean. Why? Why are we commanded to put a difference between clean beasts and unclean? Why we gotta do that?
We've been commanded what not to eat and what to eat.
Okay, we've been commanded to what to eat and what not to eat. What else?
Because they feel, you don't want to take them out of the purpose that they fulfilling.
Right, and we don't want to help the destruction of this earth. Right?
Yeah.
God leave them to do what the Lord put them here to do. Okay, read that again.
Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean,
in between unclean fowls and between clean. So we just put the difference between all of them, didn't we?
Yeah.
We just showed the difference between each and every one of them, that the Lord commanded us to eat and to not eat. We put a difference between them. Come on.
And you shall not make your souls abominable by beasts.
That's the point. You should not make your souls abominable by beasts. You should not make your souls abominable by beasts. Come on.
Or by fowl.
Or by fowl.
Or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean.
So the Lord separated what's clean and what's not clean in Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14. That's where we read it at, right?
Yeah.
So don't make yourself abominable by consuming those things. So you're trying to destroy yourself and destroy the earth in doing so. All those things serve a purpose. All those things serve a purpose. Okay. Our bodies can't filter the unclean beast as well. Right. You can't eat a Komodo dragon. You can't. That's why we start developing worms in our body. Worms, everything, all kinds of diseases, new diseases known to man. Because our people eating crazy stuff. I ain't gonna say we, because I don't eat that garbage.
Yeah.
You know, I normally would include myself in the nonsense that our people are doing, just because we can't separate ourselves. Nah, I don't eat that garbage. Don't do it. To the point, the point of the matter is, you don't make your souls abominable by eating the nonsense that you've been tricked to think is a delicacy. Read verse 26.
Verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
We got to be holy unto God. Remember, he made us holy, a peculiar people. The reason why we got to uphold the dietary law is so that we can what? We can be holy unto God.
Holy.
Read.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye shall be mine.
So the Lord severed us. He cut us, separated us. If I sever your arm, that means it's no longer attached to that to the body. We're severed from all the other people upon this earth. We're not supposed to be eating the same thing they eat. We're supposed to be disgusted. I was invited to a Brazilian steakhouse. I ain't had to pay for nothing. It was a real expensive spot. But all I could think about was all the abomination that was going to be in front of me. People eating the raw meat, you know, because at the Brazilian steakhouse, they'll cook it rare, medium rare, all that stuff. And I'll be at the table trying to eat in the midst of that. No, I'm good. I'll go get me some church's chicken. I'd rather go get me. Hey, it's bow time. You understand me? I'd rather go to Bojangles or something, man. Give me something to eat, man. Instead of sitting around all these bastards and they piling on the raw meat.
Yeah.
Piling on. Why is eating meat raw or rare all the craze? Why is that all the craze? I sit and watch cooking shows all the time. I love to cook. Watch Cooking Channel all the time, man. The meat be damn near blue. They said, man, this is perfectly cooked. Where's all the rage? Where's the craze come? Everybody crazy about raw meat. I remember there was a point in time you can look at the so-called black and so-called Hispanic community, man. And they be like, man, nah, they ain't cooked. They ain't done. They ain't eating that.
Yeah.
Now you see how people, oh, man, I got to get it medium rare. I got to get it medium well. Because these nations said, right before I came into the truth, I stopped eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I praise the Most High. It's lost taste for all praises. She said, because the nation said. So the love of eating raw meat or meat rare, beef tartare. Y'all ever ate beef tartare? Y'all know what that is?
I ain't never heard of that.
Beef tartare is raw meat. They season it with salt. I'm telling you, this is Esau all day. It's raw meat that they chop up, they season with salt, and then they finish it with a raw egg yolk on top, and they eat it just like that.
Oh man,
they eat it just like that.
That's crazy.
Just like that. You know the Lord commands us not. Give me Leviticus 7, man. Give me Leviticus 7. Leviticus 7, verse 26. The craze of eating meat with blood in it, eating raw meat. That's not our custom. I need to cut that out.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 7 and verse 26. Moreover, you shall eat no manner of blood.
What that say?
Moreover, you shall eat no manner of blood.
You're not to eat no manner of blood. Come on.
Whether it be a fowl or a beast in any of your dwellings.
Whether if it's a fowl, a bird, a beast, we ain't supposed to eat no blood of the fowls or the birds or the beast, cow blood, any of that. Okay, so all the clean animals we eat, we can't eat the blood of the blood thereof. Okay, we cannot do it. They said raw is good for dogs. I try to give my dogs raw. Shamira looked at me and was like, "If you don't cook this, hey, dogs can eat it though. It's been studies. They said the dogs that eat raw, the raw food or whatever, like dogs can eat raw chicken bones. But if you cook the chicken bones, those are the ones that get stuck in their throat." Praise the Most High God. Stop me from eating pork and unclean stuff just before coming into the truth. All praises. A lot of people still struggling with that thing today. That's why Esau was called profane. He loved that red meat. Yeah, he loved that red meat. He loved that thing. The scripture says we shall not in no manner. We should not eat no manner of blood, whether it be a fowl or beast in any of our dwellings. You ain't supposed to eat nothing with blood in it. Absolutely nothing with blood in it. Okay. Red Robin tried my burger with that one time. I sent it right back. Hey, then I got a steak this past week. That thing, I said I want it cooked the way I want it cooked. She brought it out. I said, nah, take that back. This ain't done. I cut in the middle. They took it to the back, and I guess they threw it back on the grill or whatever. Brought it back out to me. Is this to your liking? I cut the middle. Nah, it's still bleed. You don't see this blood right here? A pool of blood right there? You don't see that? Take that thing back, man. Matter of fact, make me another one. I had them make me another one, and it was fully cooked, no blood in that thing. Okay. Now, when people think fully cooked, that don't mean it's crispy. You chewing for years, nah. But ain't no blood in it. Okay. You finished 27?
No, I didn't read 27.
Read 27.
Verse 27. Whatsoever soul it be that eateth any manner of blood, even that soul shall be cut off from his people.
So that fear of eating blood should be in each and every one of us. Y'all want to be cut off from your people because you like your steak bloody? You eating some beef tartare? And now, mind you, because people ask the question, can you eat sushi? What does this say? It says fowl and what?
And beast.
And beast. What is the beast talking about?
Cattle.
That's your cattle, your flock, your goats, your lambs, your ox. So your cows, things of that nature. Okay. You can't eat that. Okay. You can't eat it. Moreover, you should eat no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or of beast in any of your dwellings. Because if you eat that blood, you'll be cut off and die. Cut off from amongst your people. Last verse, Revelations 21, verse 27. You gotta keep this in mind, man. You don't want to make yourself a scavenger to be trendy. You know what I'm saying? I got a little cooking channel, man. I ain't gonna be up there trying to cook abomination just to get viewers and subscribers. I don't want that. I'm good. Same 5 people can watch me. Hey, we got the same 5. It is what it is.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 27. And there shall in no wise enter into anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination.
You see that? So nothing that defileth, or nothing that's defiled, or anything that worketh abomination is gonna enter in. Come on.
Or maketh a lie.
Or anyone that maketh a lie. Okay, so that shit, no wise enter into the kingdom anything that's defiled, anything that's defiled. Okay, nothing that's abominable or nothing that's a lie. You understand? Nothing that's a lie. Okay, read the last part.
But they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
What's going to allow you to be written in the Lamb's book of life? You're keeping the commandments. When the Bible tells you to eat something or it tells you not to eat something, guess what? You're not going to eat it. Or this is what your diet is. Okay? This is what your diet is. Okay? She said she subscribed to my channel. All praises. Appreciate this scripture. Appreciate you. All praises. So, pray I got some understanding from today's class, man. We went through the dietary law. Got some clarity as to how going against the dietary law is actually destructive to the earth. Okay, it's counterproductive. It's destructive to the earth and it's destructive to you, your body, your temple. Okay, so we got to make sure that we, in keeping the commandments of the Lord, we're very mindful of the dietary law and the effects of that thing. Okay. Let's end it with what we started with, Ecclesiastes 1 and 4.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
One generation passes away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
So all these nations trying to destroy the earth, and they're destroying it with the number one consumers on the earth, us. We're helping them destroy that thing. They're telling you the things you're eating, their delicacies and all this, that. It's a place down here called Clark's Fish Camp. That place is closed. That thing was selling kangaroo, cobberoo, alligator. It was selling all kinds of unclean animals. And our people was right there trying to eat it. Dang. Situations like that happen. I'm like, all praises. Close that garbage. Yeah. Close it. Okay. My sushi is cooked salmon, avocado. Yeah, salmon is good. Sushi is good. I ain't saying nothing about sushi. I ain't say absolutely nothing about sushi. My point being made was that a fowl and what else? It was fowl. It was fowl and beast. Okay, when it talks about beast, it's talking about ox, sheep, goat, hart, roebuck, fallow, wild goat, pygarg, wild ox, and chamoy. That's the beast that we can eat. You ain't eating that with blood. Okay, and sushi don't have blood anyway. I've yet to see bloody sushi. I don't know about y'all.
Gonna read some chamoy tomorrow. Where you gonna get some chamoy from?
You probably gotta go to Africa. Going on over there near Jerusalem, man. Find you soon. Chamoy. I'm still listening to your music also. You should make more. I'm gonna make some more music. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna make some more music, man. I don't know. I don't like the pressure of making music and people like, oh man, I like your music, and then it's like they kind of make you, I don't know. I'll make some more music just for edification purposes, because that's what the Bible commands us to do. So I put some words of the Bible to some music. Still like all mommy cook. We tried a fried creepy crawler, fried in chicken grease. Fried creepy crawler. What? A locust? Grasshopper? A cricket? You fried you some crickets? I don't know, man. cricket at the end of the day. That thing still or a grasshopper with some honey. I wonder if I don't know, John the Baptist. He did his thing with that grasshopper and honey. That's all he ate, and some with his little camel fur on. I don't know if I could do that. Moose and elk is clean. Moose and elk is clean. Hold on. Moose and elk genus. I think it falls under the I'll see this. It's considered deer in that same family with deer, moose, and reindeer. They're all of the same family. The Cervidae, Cervidae. They're all of that same family. You'll find moose, you'll find deer, you'll find elk. And they eat grass, leaves, twigs, willow, birch.
You get a moose, you be eating for months. That thing is huge. Yeah, it says a moose or elk is a member of the New World deer subfamily.
Mm-hmm. And they're cloven-footed. And they chew the cud. So yes, they're clean. Any more questions? I'm asking. Yeah. It's clean. Moose, elk. That's part of the deer family. It's clean. It is clean. I'll praise the Most High God for His word and His prophets, giving His sins, edifying class. Thank you for us. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for keeping the commandments, man. I'll praise the Most High for that thing. All praises, man. I pray I got some edification from today's class. Do we have any more questions? Yeah, Sister Nadar. Hey, when we get together, when we come together, you're gonna eat some grasshopper, some fried grasshopper. I'm gonna have Sis make that thing. Right. Camels, donkeys, horses, they're used for labor. And they're not cloven-footed. Camels are cloven-footed, but they don't chew the cud. Or was it they chew the cud, but they're not cloven-footed? It's one or the other. They don't meet the criteria. Camels, donkeys, and horses. And yes, they were used for labor. So no horse meat, donkey meat, camel meat, zebra meat. Sis, all of my freezers, chicken, fish, and turkey, and some beef. Yeah, go and get you some grasshopper. Anything wrong with that? All right, everybody got bread and wine. Let's go and break bread. Bruh said, oh man, no donkey meat. No, brother, put the donkey down. Say no to the donkey. All right, let's go ahead and break bread.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 23. For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And with it given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as often as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do shew the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup with the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. All praise to the Most High. Hey, again, pray I got some understanding from today's class. If you got any questions for us throughout the course of the week, hit us up. Hit us at info@heirsofisrael.org. If you need prayer, need assistance, need counsel, what have you, we're here. Look no further. All right. You can also hit us up on the website at www.heirsofisrael.org. Okay. Lord's will, brothers and sisters, y'all continue to stay in the spirit and continue to keep the commandments. We're gonna try to keep these classes coming as much as we can, as best we can. I know today probably seemed like a class for the basics, but that's what's gonna get us the kingdom, man. That's what I hang my head on the basics all day. Okay, I talk the other stuff behind the scenes with the brothers, but I hang my head on the basics all day. So I pray I got some understanding, man. Sis said she learned some new animals today. I learned a whole lot of new animals just going through it. A whole lot of animals just going through it. You know, things you don't necessarily see, because the thing about it is, truthfully, it's a handful of us that will go out there and actually hunt for their food. It's probably like one amongst 1,000 that will actually do that. Everybody else, their idea of hunting is going to the grocery store. The idea of fishing is, all right, give me that fish right there. Yeah, the eyes don't look as red. Give me that one. I'll take that one right. That's the idea of fishing. So, you know, we got to look up what these animals are, man, so we know what we can eat and what we can't eat. So all praise for that thing, man. All praise to the Most High for that thing. So I enjoyed the class, like going through it, putting it together, man. You know, going through the animals, seeing the animals and learning a little bit more, man. It's always great to learn something new or learn something more or expound more on something. So all praise to the Most High for that thing, man. You know, let's keep ourselves from being abominations so we can enter into the kingdom. And you know, the only way to do it is to apply the commandments, and that's what we try to bring forth. So pray that message was conveyed. You know, if y'all ain't got no other questions, Lord's will, we'll catch y'all on Tuesday. Shalom, family. Peace and blessings.
Shalom, family. Peace and blessings.
Shalom, family. Peace and blessings.
Oh, praises. Bro said here, fisherman of men and food. I'm gonna have to come holler at you, Ben Roy. I need to learn how to fish better. Last time I fished, I got laughed at. Laughed to scorn by a woman and a little baby. Laughed to scorn. I'm out there sweating and mad. All right, family. Peace and blessings.